Welcome to the Cover 4 podcast. I'm Nolan Kangas. That's Jeff Wall. Bradshaw Furlong. He is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Finally.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. We've missed you, buddy. And Luca, of course, joining us as well. Before we dive right into the Week 5 games, I will mention that we're kind of doing a different format now, whereas we'll do the recaps of the previous week. So Week 4 recaps will only be audio. So Spotify, Apple Pods, wherever you get your podcasts, that's where those will be. And all the previews will be on Spotify, but also on YouTube and Lingo Sports. So make sure to check those out. But of course, on our social media, we'll be doing teases of the recaps and of the previews. So hopefully there was no confusion there, but just wanted to clarify for everybody. Guys, let's dive right in. Thinking of Week 4, I don't think I did too hot on my predictions because there were some upsets. Obviously, some winless teams did pick up some dubs. Speaking of one of those, you got the New York Jets, fresh off of their win of the Tennessee Titans, taking on Bradshaw's Atlanta Falcons.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is
what a treat. What a treat for the English people. This is what they deserve.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big game of mushy peas. That's not going to be a fun one. Of course, in London. So that's going to be a nice early wake-up one, and whatever it is, 9:30. Bradshaw, I'll give you the start here. Jets or your Falcons? Who's taking it?
I want to say the Falcons. I hope they could beat the Jets. I mean, they beat the Giants. They almost squeaked out a win against Washington. I'm going to go with the Falcons. I think that they actually looked pretty good on offense last week. They actually looked like a competent offense for the first time all year. They're kind of getting Kyle Pitts more involved in the offense. Cordell Patterson is, the best player in the NFL at the moment. I don't think anybody would disagree with me on that. I'm going to go with the Falcons. It's going to be Zach Wilson looked good last week too, but I think the Falcons are going to be able to squeak out a win against a big time opponent in the New York Jets.
Luca?
I got to wake up at 9:30 to watch this.
No, you don't.
Jeez.
Just skip it. Just skip it.
You're waking up though, right?
Yeah, I will.
Wow, that's a tough wake up call, Brad. That's a tough. Hopefully they get the win. I'm going to pick the Falcons as well. I like the roster. The Falcons. They just don't play to their potential, really. And Brad, you've seen it all season long, where they should be closer in games, but they just don't get it done. And the Jets are sneaky good. Their defense actually has held them in a couple of games, but then the turnovers on the offensive side of the ball just kind of diminishes that whole football team. So I'm going to go with the Falcons. I think Ridley and Pitts could have a big day in England. What a treat for them, though. Watching the number 4 overall pick, who we thought was going to be a stud. Slow start to his career. Hopefully he can pick it up here.
Yeah, he just needs to crap more targets. It's nuts. Get him the ball. Jeff, Jets Falcons, where are you going?
Honestly, I'm going to go with Zach Wilson. Put a little bit of faith in him.
I get it. I get it.
Bradshaw gets it. He knows what I'm talking about. Look, and honestly, I'm probably going to be having an eye on that game and then an eye on the other kind of football at the same time in not the same country, but the same continent. Anyway, regardless of that, I just think that Zach Wilson looks good. I'm kind of having faith that maybe he, can carry that confidence over and, feel himself a little bit because he made some amazing throws. He looked like Zach Wilson at BYU there. And also, the Falcons, their defense is kind of terrible. Arthur Smith, I have no faith in him. And that's basically what it amounts to, honestly.
Yeah, it's a tricky one for me again, kind of a toss-up. I'm going to go Falcons. I just think the Jets did, even though Zach Wilson, had a really good game, they kind of squeaked that one out against a bad Tennessee defense and a bad Tennessee offense at the moment when there was no Julio Jones and no A.J. Brown. So that just certainly had a difference on that game in my mind. I'll say Falcons. I just think the offense is getting a little bit better. I hope just a little bit, right? I was saying in while we were watching that Falcons game last week that they got to start targeting Calvin Ridley a little bit more. And as I said that, they started, Matty Ice started finding him, which was a good sign. But let's move on. This one should be quick, guys. Lions, Vikings. I'm going to go Vikings, obviously. It's been a tough start for them. 1-3. They faced some tough teams. I did see a number that they've allowed the least amount of touchdowns in the second half of any team in the NFL, but they've scored the least amount of touchdowns in the second half. So, yeah, kind of sums up the Vikings right now. But, they're at home. Lions aren't a good team. I'll take Minnesota there. Jeff, where are you going?
I guess I have to take Minnesota. I mean, if the Lions couldn't even beat the Bears somehow, I don't think they got any chance against Minnesota. Kirk Cousins looks really, really good. The offense generally looks very good. I think the defense just needs to pick it up a little bit, and they'll cover that gap, and they can potentially still have a chance at that wild card berth. I still think you should tear it down. I'm sticking by that. I think you probably should, honestly, Nolan. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with them because the Lions are just terrible, and I think actually just generally the performances kind of seem to be coming back down to earth a little bit more as well.
Yeah, the teardown's going to be pretty soon if they, miss the playoffs again. Bradshaw, Lions, Vikings. Where are you going?
I actually had to watch the Vikings Browns game last week for work, and neither team played well at all. Kirk Cousins after that first drive looked awful. That last drive he looked awful. But I'm still going to go with the Vikings because like the Vikings looked last week, but the entire season the Detroit Lions are awful. So they'll get their second win.
And Luca, are you going to make it a grand slam for the Vikes? A rarity.
Yeah, I will. Just so you can hit on your MVP bet for Kirk here. Hopefully he has a big game because I care about you, so I want you to win that money. So Kirk Cousins MVP numbers against the Lions. We'll see what happens.
It started off hot with that opening drive. I was saying Kirktober, here we go.
Here we go.
Kirktober.
You're double down after you saw that.
I know it should have. I was like, all right, maybe let's fast forward to November. This isn't looking too hot. Let's stick on this game. Or no, we'll go. Yeah, let's stick on this one for a little bit. Let's go Packers Bengals. Bengals have been kind of a surprise. The defense in moments has actually looked pretty decent. Their offense is kind of figuring it out. Their O-line has actually held up surprisingly well, except for the game against Jeff's Bears. But they're going against a tough competition, the Green Bay Packers, who, after the week 1 debacle, they've clearly figured it out, and their offense is rolling a little bit. In Cincinnati, Luca, start me off. Where are you going to go on this one? Green Bay and the Bengals. Joe Burrow has looked, other than, forget about the first half against the Bears, he's looked pretty damn good the rest of the way.
Only -3 for the Packers. So, people think it's going to be a close game. Screw it. I'm going Cincinnati at home. I just think maybe they can pull it off. And you guys said it. Joe Burrow's been playing really well. I like what the offense is doing. And the defense for Green Bay for me is still a little bit of still suspect to me. So hopefully Joe Burrow can take advantage of this defense, and they can just do enough to stop Aaron Rodgers when they need to. I think Cincinnati can pull one out at home here.
Alrighty, Bradshaw, Packers and Bengals, bud.
I want to take the Bengals. Like they're getting they should be getting T. Higgins back this week. They should be getting Jesse Bates back this week. Joe Mixon might be out, which kind of like hampers their offense because for as much as running backs don't matter a ton, there's a huge gap between Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine. Samaje Perine's a bit of a bum. I want to take the Bengals so bad, but I'm going to take the Bengals. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Bengals. I love what they're doing on offense. Their defense looks really good. And if Jesse Bates is back, I have even more confidence in how good their defense should be. So I'm going to go with the Bengals. You know what? Screw it.
That was obviously a good pull of Samaje Perine. I do want to say, and this is so off topic, nothing irks me more than Melvin Gordon. The 1 week it was ranked game, Wisconsin versus Nebraska, and Melvin Gordon on like 25 touches or whatever, goes for 408 yards and like 4 touchdowns. The next week, and it obviously breaks, Barry Sanders' record for most yards in a game. The next week, Samaje Perine against Kansas, who blows, who's terrible. I think on like 38 touches goes for 427 and then breaks the record. I was like, that was, pretty lame, but whatever. Maybe you're right there calling him a bum. A little harsh, but that one irked me. Jeff, Packers, Bengals. We have 2 Bengals picks here.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it. I'm sorry. I just think the Packers are too good. They like that first game against the Saints was a complete anomaly. I think. I don't think the Packers are going to ever quite look like that again. Very, very unlikely. I don't see anybody. Maybe the Rams that can make them look like that. They look like the Packers. Like this could be maybe Aaron Rodgers' last dance. Maybe all of it comes true for him. I don't think so, but they look way too good. And I kind of just think the Bengals luck is going to run out, but it'd be pretty cool to see the Bengals go 4-1. That'd be pretty dope.
I do think it is important. T. Higgins probably is going to be back. So Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd was a monster last week. Where's Jair Alexander going to cover? Because Eric Stokes has surprised a little bit. He's actually been okay this year, but there is a lot of weapons for that Bengals team. And I think it could end up being a shootout because, again, we've mentioned, and Luca, you kind of touched on it too, Packers defense still suspect. I think it's going to come down to coaching. And I think Aaron Rodgers kind of, he can do whatever he wants. Matt LaFleur doesn't really care. He'll put the ball in his hands and he'll just audible everything. And I like seeing Joe Burrow audible a little bit more, but Zach Taylor is still so incompetent calling plays. And it's, a nightmare at times. At the end of that second half of the Thursday nighter was gross. I'm going to go Packers for that reason. And I will, eat crow. I believe I put a $10 bet on Zach Taylor to win Coach of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah. May as well just burn money. It was a while back. I thought, hey, the Bengals might, there's a chance they could make a wild card. And they could.
They could.
Zach Taylor is certainly not going to win Coach of the Year because of it. No. All right. So 2-2 there. Let's go Saints, Washington football team. Saints... I'm not going to watch this game. Washington football team, their defense sucks. I don't know what the hell happened when they looked great last year. Well, I think we talked about it last week too. Is just this. Everyone thought they were going to be top 5 and they can't figure it out. They can't stop a nosebleed. The Saints, after looking great, against Green Bay, is kind of falling apart. And obviously they lose to the Giants, give the Giants their first win. It's just not looking great for either side here. I'll start us off. I'm going to go Washington football team. No confidence whatsoever in that pick. I don't know. I think the defense at some point has to, turn it on. Again, there's, this New Orleans Saints team who at wide receiver still might know Michael Thomas yet, right? I think he's got maybe a couple more weeks till he's back. Not a ton of weapons. It's just pretty much Alvin Kamara, go do what you do. And they keep thinking Taysom Hill's some super cool weapon.
Hey, he bowled through like 15 guys last week.
That's just the worst thing for me and Nolan, because now they're going to use him even more.
Yep.
And it's just like, more Taysom Hill football.
It's painful.
It is.
I'm still going to take Washington. Taylor Heineke, he's fine, right? And Terry McLaurin, when he gets his ball in the hands, is fantastic. Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissic, like that combo at running back. Not going to be that great of a game, but I'll take Washington football team, but no confidence there. Jeff, Saints, Washington football team. Where are you going?
Yeah, I'll actually go with Washington. I just think the Saints team looks really rough. I don't know where they're at. Whereas I think I kind of do know where Washington is at. I think Taylor Heineke, despite all the meme-ish nature of his entire being, is like decent enough. The weapons are good enough. And I think the defensive line just generally has to come good at some point. That's obviously a kind of easier said than done going against the Saints offensive line, but the Saints just generally look bad. Like they look like a really bad team. They don't look good at all. So I'll go with Washington. We'll see what they can do.
Bradshaw?
I'm probably going to go with the Saints. Washington looks so bad. Like I know Taylor Heineke can just like huck up like 400 yards and conjure up some, I don't know, like Walmart brand fits magic, but like, I don't know. I trust the Saints a little bit more.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Luca?
The Saints losing to the Giants, like, come on. Like, you got to win that, especially at home, too.
Well, Washington almost lost to the Falcons.
That's true, too. So, I mean, really, pick your poison here. -2 for the Saints. So, clearly, no one knows who the hell is going to win this game. I'm going to go Washington, too, because when I looked at the matchup, that's the first team I thought was going to win. So, I'm going with the football team, and I think you guys are right. I think the defense eventually has to at least play a little bit better. Like, it's hard to get much worse than the expectation they had going into the year. So I'm going to go Washington football team.
I will have to look up the number in a little bit. Chase Young, slow start. I wonder how many sacks he has.
He did nothing against the Falcons. Nothing. Like he was not a factor, and that's a bad offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're horrible. He's got to be under 3. That's my guess. Probably picked up a half sack against the Giants that game, but yeah, it's been a slow start for him.
He doesn't have a sack. I don't think.
You don't think he has a sack on the year?
I don't think. I think right here, if I'm reading this correctly, 4 assisted, 9 solo tackles.
That's it.
5 hurries.
He does not have a sack this year. No.
Wow.
Yeah. So
not hot.
Not hot.
No.
Well, it get much worse, so maybe he heats up this week.
He'll turn it on, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe.
Speaking of good defenses, Broncos Steelers. You got one offense, which sucks. The Steelers are a nightmare to watch on offense. Broncos have their moments, right? Teddy's looked pretty decent. I'd love to see him, get all his wide receiving core completely healthy. I do like the tandem, Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. But Lucas, start me off. Where are you going on this one? Because I think it's, again, it could be a toss-up.
Yeah, it could be. I can't watch Ben anymore. I just can't. Like, all the respect for him, he's a Hall of Famer, all that, but he's got to hang it up. Like, I just honestly, fourth down, they're just throwing swing passes. I don't know if you guys saw a video or a picture. He had Pat Freiermuth wide open if he just let the play develop. Clean pocket. Everyone's talking about this bad offensive line, apparently. He looked for Najee the whole way. Green Bay ran there before the play even started, and he still threw it to him. So this offense is completely washed. And I think Ben, it's probably a bit harsh, but he's a huge reason why. And so I'm going to go with Denver because their defense is better than Green Bay, and the Steelers look like they couldn't move the ball at all. So I'm going to go with Denver. I think they could squeeze it out. It's going to probably be a low-scoring game, but I trust Denver more right now.
Denver certainly needs a bounce back after that game against the Ravens and Vic Fangio kind of talking some smack. Bradshaw, where are you going?
It's tough because I love the Broncos, but they're so banged up now. And this truly depends. Like if Teddy Bridgewater doesn't clear concussion protocol and they have to start Drew Lock, I have full confidence that the Steelers defense could beat Drew Lock. I'm gonna take the Broncos and just hope that Teddy Bridgewater is there and like the injuries don't affect them too much, but they're getting really banged up. But I could easily see the Steelers winning this game too. It's very close, but I'm gonna take the Broncos.
Jeff?
Yeah, that's a good point, Bradshaw. I think the injuries definitely play a massive factor, right? I mean, the Broncos team, I think overall, like Nolan was saying, is deeper. It's kind of a deeper team than the Steelers. But you know what? At the same time, I might actually be watching this game because looking at a lot of the 1 o'clock games, none of them really interest me. And I kind of want to see Big Ben suck because I hate that guy. So I will go with the Denver Broncos just for the fact that I want to see Big Ben in the turf permanently. And that'll be my day pretty much because I know the Bears will not win the game against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So Broncos Steelers. I'm gonna go Broncos, hoping Teddy plays. That is a huge factor though, Bradshaw, because Drew Lock is horrendous, and the one throw he made in the end zone was a nightmare. Yeah. Speaking of one good throw, though, Ben did have one good throw, the one to Deontay Johnson, and the rest sucked. The rest in that game, it was bad. I'm gonna go Broncos too. Titans Jags. It seems like there's something going on in Jacksonville. It's a little messy right now. Kind of a shit show.
Is what's going on just that they're an atrocious mess and they're bad on the field and off the field?
Yeah.
I
who would have guessed, Brad? Hey, who would have guessed?
Shocking that
Not
Urban Meyer isn't a good coach or a good person. Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, tough scene for the team there because their reports are right now that I think Urban Meyer apologized to each position group individually, and the team kind of laughed right after he left. Not a good scene. I do feel bad for Trevor Lawrence because his last game, the Thursday nighter, looked good in moments, had some really good throws, running the ball. For his size is pretty wild. I'm assuming we're all going to go Titans bounce back here and hopefully get AJ Brown and Julio Jones back, right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, we can go quick. So Titans all the way around. Jags go to 0-5. Eagles Panthers. Panthers defense is still pretty good, and I know it didn't really show up a ton on the scoreboard because Dallas's offense is so damn good, and Kellen Moore is just dialing up some sweet plays. DJ Moore's a monster. Sam Darnold had some Sam Darnold-like moments in that game against Dallas. But Luca, where are you going to
go? Panthers. I still think they're a good team. And Brad, kudos to you. We all like this player, but Brad likes him the most. Brian Burns is unbelievable.
Yeah, my boy.
He played really well against Dallas, even though they got torched. He was one guy that I noticed consistently against the Cowboys. So I'm going to go Panthers. Eagles right now don't really look that good. They kept it close against Kansas City, for a short period, and then Mahomes became Mahomes. So Carolina to bounce back.
Bradshaw?
I love what Jalen Hurts is doing this year. I think Hurts has looked really good so far this year, aside from just the game against the Falcons. So it's just like you shouldn't even count that game. That doesn't count as a win. That has to be half a win. You have to go with the Panthers here. The Panthers look really good, both sides of the ball. They look really. I thought I had high expectations for them. Like I like the talent they have on defense, and I liked Joe Brady and all that. But they've kind of surpassed what I thought they would be this year. So I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Jeff?
I think this game is actually closer than their records indicate. In all honesty, I think you guys are kind of saying the same thing as well as me. But this is really hard to pick. I I like Jalen Hurts better, so I'll just go with the Eagles to pick up a win here. But it's going to be close, man. I think, you know what, even though I probably love watching Big Ben potentially, play his last NFL game, I like this game too. It's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has surprised, had some pretty good throws, and Devonta Smith went over 100 last week, right? But again, that's not saying much against this Kansas City defense because they suck. I'm going to go Panthers. I just think that offense is going to be a little too much for the Eagles D to handle. Next game I have on the board, this is going to be another quick one, Dolphins Bucks. I'm assuming we're all going to go Bucks against
Whoa, Jacoby Brissett. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Brian Flores diced up a nice game plan against Tom Brady. Maybe I'm still
makes a phone call to Bill like, "Hey, what'd you do last week?
Hey, what'd you guys do?" Yeah,
just got to make sure it rains, and you might be okay. Yeah. And hope that for some reason they run the ball a lot. That was weird.
They did. And Jeff, you're going Bucks as well.
Yeah, I'll go Bucks, but I do actually think that, like, kind of what I was saying last week with Belichick potentially coming up with a game plan, I could totally see Brian Flores doing the same thing. Although probably not as effectively. So I think the Buccaneers will have a much more, cleanly win.
All right. Then we have a rookie quarterback battle.
Oh,
the New England Patriots.
Game of the week. Jeff, this is the one you should watch.
Davis Mills. Luca, start us off. Texans. Texans coming off it was 40-0, I believe.
Literally by DVOA, one of the worst performances of all time.
Probably. Yeah, it was not good at all. I'm assuming you're going to take your boys.
Belichick against Davis Mills. Come on, this should be
over under 3.5 picks for Davis Mills. Doesn't even get the chance to throw 3 picks.
No, I'll say 3.
3 picks? Okay.
Yeah, 4 might be a little excessive. I mean, Zach Wilson did it, so you never know. Yep. But Belichick against Davis Mills. Come on, guys. Let's be real. -10, -9 is the line. Maybe a bit.
I'm taking that easy. Not even close. That's a double-digit win. I'm not even thinking about it.
And even though it's in Houston, it's in a dome. So
yeah,
no weather affects anything right now. So give me the Pats.
Bradshaw, you're going the same way?
Oh yeah, Pats by double digits.
Jeff, I'm assuming you as well?
Yes, agreed. But I also think Bradshaw could be onto something there. I don't think that they will let Davis Mills throw the ball that much because I don't think the Houston Texans care about him. I don't think they care about anything in regards to football.
Well, I meant, do they take him out? Do they just get him out of here?
You know what though? This whole thing just proves how good Tyrod Taylor is. So I don't want to hear any more Tyrod Taylor from anybody. I know it doesn't really happen on this podcast, but generally speaking, that man needs respect.
I don't know who there is. No, because Brian Hoyer's back in the backup in New England, right?
Yeah.
They have? Okay, ESPN just showing me.
Jeff Driscoll.
Oh God.
Can't wait.
Bring back TJ Yates while you're at it. Jeez.
Yeah. Not the prettiest 1:00 games, but the 4:00 gets a little bit spicier. And let's get started with probably actually Bills Chiefs is a really good game. That's going to be the Sunday nighter. But Browns Chargers. You have two of the top teams in the AFC right now. Browns coming off a win. Chargers coming off a big win. I don't know. I love Justin Herbert so damn much, and he's a freaking rock star, man. But I gotta go Browns. I don't know why I'm feeling a little bit more confident in the Browns right now.
Really?
I don't know.
Baker Mayfield just looked awful. Like he did look bad. Terrible.
The weirdest thing is that him and Odell just can't connect. It will never make sense to me. Odell had a wide open touchdown twice, and Baker couldn't find him.
Hit what's the cornerback? Hit him in the back of the helmet.
Cam Dantzler.
Yeah, hit him in the back of the helmet with that one. Like, he's looked terrible.
I don't know.
They should not have won that game. Like, they should have lost that game.
No, Vikings had multiple chances. I don't know why. Browns defense is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the Vikings offense is good. They didn't look great there, but Myles Garrett is a freak. And Jadeveon Clowney's actually had a pretty good year. And he's always been great against the run. And obviously your boy John Johnson has turned it on a little bit. Troy Hill was fine the other day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying the Browns right now. I'd love to see a shootout, but Myles Garrett against Rashawn Slater. Slater has held his own, but this is his first real test where, you're getting an all-pro superstar. I'm going to say Browns in a really close, high-scoring game. Jeff, Browns against your boy. These are actually both quarterbacks you're not too fond of. You said Baker Mayfield would lose his job halfway through the year. And Justin.
Hold on. Is there any reason why he shouldn't? Is there any reason?
Who's their backup for this team? I don't even know.
Keenum. It's Keenum.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kidding. I mean,
Jeff wants them on the case. Damn it, he wants them on the case.
Exactly. I mean, the search for the Browns quarterback job. Good Lord, man. I feel horrible for those fans. But anyway, you guys got a good team now, so you can cry later. No, I'm actually taking the Chargers. I think the Chargers will win. The defense is way too damn good for them to lose that. Mike Williams, I mean, you screwed me over in fantasy. Please don't do that again. So, yeah, I'll take the Chargers. But like you said, no, I'm pretty close.
Bradshaw?
I don't think this is as close as they're making. I don't know, unless Baker plays better or unless they just like do a whole like, ball control, like run it with, Hunt and Chubb, because like they can't if they try to throw it, it's just not going to go well. Like the Charger secondary is too good. They have they have a solid pass rush. Like I just don't trust Baker to do anything right now. And their red zone offense is abysmal. Like it's just terrible.
It was bad.
I don't know. Like they got bailed out with a defensive holding call against the Vikings, or else they would have had another like goal line stand. Like I don't know. Like I don't have any faith in the Browns offense right now to do anything. And they're going up against a really good defense, a better defense than the Vikings. And they're going up against a better offense than the Vikings. I just don't, I have the Chargers by at least a score.
Ooh, all right. I like it. You mentioned that holding penalty. That was barely a holding penalty. That sucked.
And then Sheldon Richardson with his big brain taking a timeout when they had none.
Yeah, not smart. Luca, are you going to join me on the dark side and say the Browns? Or are you going Chargers?
Man, it's tough, man. I'm a big Chargers guy this year. Mm-hmm. I will say, though, going into last night, the Chargers were giving up 170 yards rushing per game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Browns are the best rushing attack in football. So, I mean, the game plan should be run the ball, keep Herbert off the field. But I feel like, they're just going to put it in Baker's hands, and it hasn't really worked out too good this year. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. Sorry. They are at home, correct? I'm pretty, they're at home. So I got the Chargers. They're looking good. Derwin James, he's unbelievable. Jeff, there you go. There's your safety. There's the best safety in the National Football League. So I got the Chargers.
I did see a tweet talking about Derwin James, who's a freaky athlete. And that one play he gave up to Ruggs was like maybe the only time we've ever seen him get beat.
Yeah.
Just by pure speed or anything.
He made up for it though.
Yeah, that's fine. And he ends up sealing it with a pick. Bears Raiders. So you got the Bears coming off a win, Raiders coming off their first loss. Jeff, you get me started here. Which way? You teased it earlier in the show saying the Bears aren't going to be winning this one. Why is that?
Yeah, even though I think the Raiders are horrible, they're not going to prove me right this week. And especially if Andy Dalton is starting, which at this point, why would he be? There's no chance. There's no chance. Raiders by like 7. Let's go 7.
Okay. Raiders by a score. All right, Bradshaw.
Give me the Bears. Have a spine, Jeff. I don't believe in the I don't believe in the Raiders either.
Whoa there, Mr. Debbie Downer on his own team. All right.
Hey, my team is actually bad. Your team actually has some competent pieces. My team has nothing.
Not the coach, though. That's the problem.
Neither of us have a coach.
Arthur Smith or Matt Nagy? Who are you taking?
Oh, I'm still taking Arthur Smith. Just because we've only seen 4 games of Arthur Smith. We know what Matt Nagy is.
Fair. David Montgomery's out for this game, I'm pretty sure, 45 weeks.
Yes, he is.
4 to 5? What was the report? I never saw it. I saw that people said it didn't look good. But was it a knee or an ankle? What was the
I think it was his ankle.
I think it's his ankle.
I'm sure.
High ankle sprain or something?
Yeah. But I'm gonna go Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bears, I kind of like the Bears going into the year, but I don't know, they're kind of underperforming for me. But hey, I'll tell you one thing, Jeff. Darnell Mooney, man, and Justin Fields looking pretty good. Probably not going to get 1,500 yards.
He's not hitting 1,400. I'm making $20 off that.
Or whatever it is. He's probably not going to be all pro first team. But, I mean, they're looking good together. So that's exciting.
Had too much faith in Matt Nagy.
Yep, a little too much.
I'm going to go Raiders too. Derek Carr's had a great year. That pick, wasn't too good, but a lot of weapons on this Raiders team. Their offensive line has been surprisingly pretty decent, even though they kind of blew it all up in the offseason. And their defense, surprisingly, hasn't been horrible. So I'm just going to go with them. Another great game here. The undefeated Arizona Cardinals host the San Francisco 49ers, who will hopefully be starting Trey Lance. Jimmy G dealing with another injury. What else is new? I'm going to go Cardinals. Just 49ers. Yeah. It's just not my cup of tea right now. And, Trey Lance was fine, and he adds another dynamic to the game, and it's kind of fun seeing him out there. Cardinals just look great on both sides of the ball right now. Kyler is the MVP front runner, and he's spreading the ball around. I did see the number today was I think it was target rate was I think it was DeAndre Hopkins had 29% of the targets last year in this offense. This year, 18. So he's spreading around, getting other guys involved. Chase Edmonds, Rondale Moore, obviously, AJ Green.
AJ Green's not washed, Jeff. What I tell you, he's not washed.
Here we go.
He's still bad though.
He's not. He's good.
He's fine.
I'm getting my AJ Green jersey out from behind me. Damn it.
Yeah, Bradshaw coming in hot anyway. So I'm going in Cardinals. Bradshaw, you going in for Cards too?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cards. Trey Lance did not look very good when he came in, actually. He looked pretty bad. But obviously, first game, first time, with the real offense and all that. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Cards.
Jeff?
I don't even think it matters if Trey Lance starts or not. Even if he might look better, it's hard for me to – the whole 49ers have just been so goddamn underwhelming, haven't they? They've been horrible this year, in comparison to what they should be. So, yeah, I got to go with the Cardinals. Kyler Murray – just beat probably, I think, the second, third, fourth best defense in football. So I have to go with him. I think also they made a few mistakes in that game, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think Kyler's playing a little bit too good, and their defense is awesome. Their defense is really, really good. Aside from the Vikings game, they've been holding it down. So I got to give it to the Cardinals.
And Luca, you gonna make it sweet?
I'm putting a stop to the cycle.
Ooh,
it's not even a cycle. What am I saying? I don't even know. Sorry, Brad. Whatever. I'm not no grand slam for this.
What
game.
is this?
I'm going Niners.
I
just feel like divisional game. I think Kyle Shanahan will have a decent game plan for Trey Lance. I actually think it's going to be low scoring. I will be. I know the Cardinals would look fantastic, but I do think the 49ers can squeak one out here. And this is the game I think that gets them back on track. They need this game. Yeah. And it's a divisional game, so I think the Niners will pull through.
All righty, let's go. Giants, Cowboys. Giants coming off their first win. Kadarius Toney was a no-show in the first couple of weeks. He had, same amount of targets as Kenny Galladay, and he is a human joystick. He had some highlights in that game where he's just juking everybody and just running across the field vertically. It was pretty unreal how shifty he is. But anyways, Giants pulled it off. Saquon, finally a decent game in fantasy. He's been killing me, so I needed that one. But Cowboys look damn good. Dak looked phenomenal. Zeke had his best game in maybe a year and a half, 2 years even. I'm gonna go Cowboys. I don't think it's gonna be close, to be honest. Luca, you're going boys as well?
Yeah, Cowboys. They're gonna blow them out. That's just Trevon Diggs. How many picks you guys think
in this game?
Yeah, does he keep it up or no?
No, he's forcing a fumble in this one.
Oh, on Saquon?
No, on Daniel Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, corner blitz. Dig it.
Yeah, probably.
So Bradshaw, you're going Cowboys as well?
Absolutely.
And Jeff?
Yeah, Cowboys by at least a score.
All righty. And that gets to the Sunday nighter, which is a rematch of the AFC Championship. You have the Buffalo Bills coming off a 40-0 win. Their defense has finally figured it out, it seems, because last year they weren't great. The Chiefs defense still atrocious, but they have the best player in football in Patrick Mahomes, and they can keep up with any offense, it seems. Chiefs are at home. That was Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes' probably best performance this season, I would say. Tyreek was a freak, 11, 180, and 3 touchdowns or whatever it was. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I just think in these moments, in these big games, they tend to pull it off, and maybe they'll just throw some different things at Josh Allen. Like we saw, last AFC Championship game, the Bills offense didn't look good. Don't think it's going to be as bad as that, but I still think I'll take the Chiefs. Jeff?
I think the defense was giving me some pause because you're absolutely right. We cannot say it enough. The Kansas City Chiefs defense is horrible. It is awful. Forget the Jaguars. Jaguars don't matter. Urban Meyer is a scumbag, whatever. But their defense is just horrible. And honestly, with the piece that it has, there should be some defensive coordinator that could maybe, just make it a little bit better. It is absolutely horrible. It is a liability. But still, I think, Josh Allen's been playing great. Their offense has been very good. Here's the thing, though. Josh Allen, as great as he is, still not Patrick Mahomes. I think we really should, stamp that message. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback, most talented quarterback we have ever seen. It is not really close at all. I'll take Patrick Mahomes, but I think it'll be close regardless because of the defense.
Bradshaw?
I'm going to go with the Bills. The Bills have been, since that weird game in week 1 against the Steelers, where I think Jeff said that the Bills were frauds after that one. Well, they look pretty good now. I'm going with the Bills. They look really, really good right now. Obviously, last year's defense is last year's defense, but the year before they were really good on defense. So, it looks like they're kind of back. I know defense varies year to year, but yeah, I like what the Bills are doing right now. And I feel like they're going to go into Arrowhead and pick up a win.
All right, Luca.
I'm with Brad. Speaking of frauds, Josh Allen's going to take down the fraud in his house. And I love texting you guys that every Sunday, so hopefully I can do it again. Josh Allen and the Bills, revenge game.
All righty, let's go Monday night. Super quick. It's going to be Carson Wentz against Lamar Jackson. I'm assuming we're all going Ravens and Lamar Jackson at home. Jeff?
Yeah.
Yes. Can someone please help out Lamar Jackson, please? That's all I have to say.
Rashad Bateman. When's he coming back?
Either this week or next. You'd have to.
And Bradshaw, you're taking Ravens too?
Not even close.
Luca as well?
Yeah, Baltimore.
I'll make it a grand slam, and that's going to end this episode of the Cover 4 podcast. We will see you guys soon. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Lingo Sports on YouTube. And remember, check us out on all podcast platforms. See you guys.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Lingo Sports and Lingo News for a whole lot more just like this.